Hey Wanderers, and welcome back to Outlaws Wanted. Last time, the crew of the Honor was tasked with determining if the Black Dreadnaught is haunted. Imposition soldiers have been going missing, and Pontus, the commander of the Black Dreadnaught, believes something is attacking his men. After an investigation, the crew found a corrupted armory that seems angry at the intruders. Sully has just returned kind of back to his body, and in front of all of you, the basin filled with chaos taint, or whatever we want to call it, is boiling. What does everybody do?
I really don't want to think about chaos as taint.
Sorry, chaotic ichor. Still gross, just different.
For the record, with Sully having been doing this for a while, I think that like when he goes into the metaphysical realm, I don't think he falls over anymore.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't think this is like a always fall flat on your face. This is not a Three Stooges moment for Sully. So, in front of all of you, boiling pit. What's everyone doing?
I don't know if there's a lot Vika can do, so I think she probably just kind of like has her drill gun out and is like backing up.
Is there something corporeal here?
Not yet.
Okay.
You just have some time to react to this. You don't have to, like, do anything specific.
Okay.
This is just, like, if you want to set up something, now's the time.
Hey, Sully, is now the time for bombs? Feels like the time for bombs.
I mean, you are the master of your fate, the captain of your sails.
All right. She's gonna chuck a bomb.
Are you chucking a bomb at the basin?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just going to prep one. Oh, okay.
We have to start somehow. Roll hit with all you've got.
We literally had a discussion last episode about how maybe we don't want to blow it up so there's not chaos everywhere.
No, that's fine.
That's why I was asking first. That is a 7.
Okay, so you throw a bomb, and it sinks perfectly, like nothing but net, straight into the basin, and disappears. As soon as you do that, you feel yourself fall flat on your face and are dragged into the darkness behind you.
Behind me?
Well,
what's
darkness,
behind me?
Nothing. You're in an open room.
What?
The basin didn't attack you.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
I'm saying I imagined we walked into like the short side of a rectangular room.
Yeah.
And so there's wall. Oh, there's like living wall behind us. That's the idea.
Or there might be a monster.
Well,
there might literally be a monster behind us, Galen.
Okay, where is everybody else? Not behind me?
And also the suspicion is that this place is haunted.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so from the center of the basin, the bomb falls in. Jyla's swept off her feet backwards into the darkness behind you.
And not in a good way.
There is a muffled explosion, and you see the surface of the basin kind of bubble, but the surface tension of the liquid doesn't break, so it doesn't splatter everywhere. It just kind of like burps. And when that happens, you start seeing like arms and hands and half-formed tentacles dragging and forming themselves out of the basin in front of you and crawling their way towards the three of you.
So when Jyla gets pulled back, can Vi try to take a shot? Like, I assume when she's getting dragged, she's on the floor.
Yeah.
Can Vika take a shot, like, at person level above Jyla? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, so you pull up and fire blindly into the darkness, and the way this works, you'd, like, fire one shot, and that would throw some illumination, and then as you fire, like, recurring shots, now you can have like somewhere to see, so you kind of have to like track your shots in by using the muzzle flash to illuminate the room. When you do, you just see like, I'm trying to think of the right kind of animal to equate this to, almost like an anemone, not an anemone, what's the like things that are in wake pools that like sprout open?
A sea urchin?
Is that what those are? Sea urchins?
I think so.
I think that's what you're thinking of.
You see one of those. It just kind of looks like a bunch of tongues that can retract in on themselves. And one such tendril has wrapped itself around Jyla and is just dragging her off towards the wall.
Can I rend it with my magic?
Yes. Okay, but Vika, when you do manage to land a couple of shots, you can see it like having impacts, and you can see like kind of pulpy meat getting blown off of the thing, so it's doing something, but it isn't like all at once effective.
Okay, at this point, Jyla has not been pulled into the wall, correct?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And so, Sully, you said you wanted to do a rend, right?
Yeah, on the thing that's pulling Jyla.
Gotcha.
That'll be a 9.
Okay, so with a 9, you rush forward and slash down at the, like, kind of tonguey tentacle that is dragging Jyla off. You kind of have to move pretty quickly, so this takes you pretty far away from the pit. When you slash down, just immediately another tentacle, like, whips up and hits you in the face, dealing 1 damage.
Oh gosh, Sully's not doing well right now.
Did I take any damage?
No.
Is that reduced 1 damage?
Does your armor just always do a reduction of 1? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Then you would take no damage. Malcolm.
What do I do here? Sully, any advice? This is a bit out of my wheelhouse. Should I be shooting at something or slashing at something? Or...
Mal, just slash at the arms!
I would agree with Vika, Captain Malcolm Llewellyn. I think the arms that are crawling towards us are a high priority, and we should not dilly-dally, as one says.
Yeah, I guess he'll slash at the arm thingies
That are coming out of the basin?
I guess.
Okay.
How far away is this?
I mean, that's kind of up to you. You can be as close to this basin as... Well, I mean, if you wanna stab it...
I'll have to get close.
Stabbing distance?
Closer, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's stabbing distance. You know, melee's melee.
I'm just trying to decide if it makes more sense to shoot it or to slash it.
Probably try shooting first.
I mean, look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna do horrible things to you either way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to shoot it. That is an 11.
Wow. So, with an 11, what tags do you want to apply from your weapon?
Gosh, it's been so long since we've done this. I don't remember how this works. So I can use 2 tags since I rolled 10 plus.
Then yes, you just would be able to use 2 tags.
Then I guess I use both of my tags, plus 1 harm and disorients enemy. I don't know how.
No, I mean that's good. I like that. Your option is do 1 damage and use 1 tag, or use 2 tags.
Oh,
so
okay.
You could do 2 total damage, or you could do 1 damage and use a tag. Yeah.
I'll do the 2 damage then.
Okay, so you just run up and start chopping at this...
No, I shot at the thing.
Oh, sorry. You just start shooting at this thing that is kind of slowly forming, and as you're just, like, laying down fire while everyone else is distracted, you're not keeping up with it. So it's still slowly growing and building itself in front of you, despite you just, like, laying down endless fire into it. You can see, like, hollow white eyes forming and massive fangs kind of sprouting into a gaping mouth, and then underneath of it there are just kind of dangling, hanging tentacles and rough appendages of this thing that is just growing up out of the slime and then just starts rushing towards you. So while you're just blasting fire into it, not missing a single shot, it charges towards you and like just smashes into you with one of its kind of... It's like an arm, but just one that isn't carefully made. You know what I mean? It looks like haphazardly created, smashes into you and throws you back across the room, dealing 1 damage.
Which is 0 damage.
I have got to remember that.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, right?
I wanted to make that joke.
I think the only other person that has not gone right now is Jyla. Jyla, you've just been freed from a tentacle.
Hey, did I take damage from being dragged on the floor?
No. I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
Said Cody, not wanting to be reminded that someone else has armor to protect them from 1 damage.
No. It's just, I did not imagine that being a damage dealing thing. That was more of a status effect.
Okay. So is that thing behind me, like, are the rest of the tentacles, like, coming back? Or did it retreat that I can see?
So that thing behind you, yeah, it looks like, I think sea urchin is what I'm going for here. Let me look up a picture real quick.
Like, retracts and sticks out its spikies and then pulls them back.
Like, it is not just one, like, tentacle that would... This thing's kind of, like, attached to the wall, and it does kind of look like, I guess, an organic fishing reel, for lack of a better term, right? It kind of, like, slurps back in its tongues and then lashes them out again.
Okay.
There is more than one of these things, and one of them has been cut off. Does that make sense?
Right.
So it could still attack. It's not, like, dead.
Okay.
It just hasn't grabbed your leg again.
Yet.
Yeah, can I do another bomb towards that thing?
Yes.
And see if I roll well enough, I can do some splash zone and add the damage. Oh, that's minion targets. I don't know how that works.
These are not
That's a
minions.
7 again.
That's okay.
So I'm rolling it over towards the wall that it's coming out of.
Okay, cool. So this, like, massive slurping tongues, when you throw the bomb at it, you can see it, like, horribly wound a lot of them, and it kind of just, like, pulls itself back in, like, to try to cover these now, like, scorched and burned bits of, like, gooey flesh. And as soon as it does that, it just springs them back out again against you and kind of, like, smacks you to the ground before pulling back in defensively,
Okay.
dealing 1 damage.
Okie doke.
Can I shoot at the ones that are approaching us, like Mal and Vi? Or the ones that's attacking Mal?
So the, like, crawling fanged one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fire at that.
My syringe gun. Oof. It's not great. That'll be 8.
Okay, so you turn and fire, and again...
Don't I get to pick a tag? I get to pick a tag, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna do Bond. Next team member gains +1 on the next attack.
Oh, okay, cool. So when you turn and fire, something similar happens again. Instead of a dart flying out, you can feel the syringe gun in your hand start to glow, and it just fires a bolt of light out of the end of it that seems to, like, disintegrate a large chunk of the monster that was coming towards you. And also that bonded effect still happens.
Okay, I wasn't trying to do extra stuff, like extra damage or anything.
No, I know. This is something that's kind of happening not as your will. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
This is something happening to you.
Like, you know the Master Sword from, like, Legend of Zelda, like it just, or like, you know, Breath of the Wild, how it just gets empowered when you're...
But that only works when Link's full health, and Sully is definitely not full health.
No, it happens whenever you're fighting one of the ancient things.
Do I know the Master Sword? I feel hurt on a deep level that you'd ask.
It's from Zach. It's from. Have you ever played this game's Legend of Zelda? They're from that.
I can't believe you asked.
Well,
if I
no,
know
but I mean, I actually didn't think you had finished Breath of the Wild.
I did. I finished Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
I've beaten a lot of Zelda games, and
Anyway.
It's just a specific thing that only happened in Breath of the Wild. Thought you hadn't finished the game. Anyways. Alright, who's next?
Are there still wall monsters?
There is a wall monster.
There's still a wall monster.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Vi is going to keep shooting at the wall monster, because she's already facing that direction, so let's keep going. That is a 7.
Okay. Oh, you said this was against the wall monster?
Yes.
And you're shooting at it, right?
Yes. Oh, and then this is just narrative, but it brings my shield back. But she's going to call her shield back to her because they've been using it as a light. And throw it up in front of her specifically as, you know, a way to not get hurt.
I like that. Okay, so you start, like, firing, and you can see that, like, the thing has been really attacking Sully and Jyla, so you're kind of, like, drawing fire, and as the tentacles start to wriggle their way towards you, you throw this shield down, and you can see them butt up against it as they're, like, trying to reach around the shield and grab at you or slap at you.
So no damage?
Oh, you deal damage, but you don't take any because you threw down that shield.
Awesome.
And I'm going to say that was, like, the tag that you're using.
Okay.
I think the only person left is Malcolm.
I am going to... Which one is the one that Sully bonded? Has that already been used?
The thing that Sully bonded was the, like, fanged monster that came out of the pool.
I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay.
Well, that is a 13.
Dang!
I rolled very well.
All right.
You kill that thing! Well, I guess what tags are you using?
I would use more damage.
Okay, yeah, so it's like after Sully shot it, it seemed like specifically an easy target 1 and 2 was like pretty grievously wounded, as you just kind of like take that as an opportunity to press your advantage and just keep firing on it to keep it from like building momentum. As you do so, you see it kind of like disintegrating and falling back into the pool in the center of this armory until it just kind of is left equal with the floor. Like it's just back to being a puddle.
Oh, is this basin? Is it like recessed into the floor?
Yeah, it's like an in-ground pool.
Yeah. Oh, see, I imagine it as like
like a pedestal,
like a bird bath, like up
no.
high,
oh,
like up higher.
Bird bath for the chaos birds.
Still, you guys, there's this urchin-y thing on the wall.
So we have the tentacle-y thing behind us, and then we have...
No, you don't. That just got disintegrated and back into the pool.
So basin is back to being a basin. There's still wall monster.
Yes, there's still a monster on the wall.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the wall monster again.
All right, shoot the wall monster again.
10.
This is kind of a similar thing as you're all kind of like rallying at this point, you know, like kind of took you off guard for a minute, but now you've kind of like gotten your footing back in this fight. So you're able to kind of like use your shield to stave off the tentacles as they're trying to like grab at you and get around the shield, and you're able to like, trying to think the right way to put this, take your time and aim well enough to do like grievous injuries to this slimy thing on the wall.
Awesome.
It did.
Does it disintegrate?
Not in
over?
exactly the same way, but it would just kind of melt back into the wall.
Okay, as soon as it's melted back into the wall, I want to go up to the wall and see if I can find where it went.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
That's a no.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you like...
I guess I want to be clear. She's like going up and like patting the wall, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Not like ripping panels off.
No, I get you. This is like, there aren't really panels. This is like an almost...
There's not panel. It's just like a weird skin.
Yeah.
Slime wall.
I just like imagine we're in the tunnels that are in Stranger Things season 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't watch Stranger Things, but it's like... So at this point, the walls in the hallway are just all slime.
We're like it's like we're in an esophagus.
Gross. Okay.
But like, am I wrong, Cody? Like,
no, that's accurate. It's organic.
We're in something very fleshy and organic. Like slimy makes it sound like it's like covered in ooze. It's like no, like this is like a fleshy area we're in.
Okay, well then let me rephrase what I'm looking for, because it's because I thought it was like going between like panels, but I have the wrong image in my head. Did it just like melt back into the wall?
I'm trying to think of the right way to put this. This is a very low light scenario, and it's difficult for you to see if it melted or was reabsorbed or retracted.
Okay, yeah, but it's not like running away.
You don't see it moving, like, along the wall, and but you also don't see, like, a splattered creature there attached to the wall. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, this thing itself is a mottled and fleshy pattern, so, like, you're looking at something that is like coated in a slime and already kind of moving a little bit and like pulsating. The walls are kind of slowly dripping. So trying to define exactly what happened to this thing is difficult intentionally.
Okay. I think instead of looking where it went, Vi is able to put together that something was probably dragging those missing imposition soldiers away. If that's, like, it looked like that was what was happening to Jyla. And so I think she wants to see if she can figure out, I guess instead of where the monster went, see if she can, like, I don't know, see pieces of imposition people. Like, that's the only thing I could think of is if they've been absorbed into the wall.
That's fine. So you're inspecting the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't roll well, so I'm not gonna...
You rolled a 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, so I'm not gonna learn anything, but...
Alright. Vika, you go up to the wall and start prodding around, trying to kind of investigate what this monster was, and if maybe it had grabbed other things and drug them into the wall. So, as you reach your hand out towards the wall, and you're starting to kind of, like, gingerly feel around in it, you can feel the wall, like, give a little bit, and your hand, like, slides through with almost no resistance. And as soon as it does that, you feel something grip your hand tightly, and you are drug into the wall.
No!
There it is.
Jyla runs forward.
Jyla, you run forward and slam into a very solid wall.
I stick my hand through to see if I could feel her.
You stick your hand into a very solid wall. It feels like very toned muscles.
Vika!
Let's face it, we gotta go find where she went.
She starts like pounding on it futilely.
Jyla, maybe you don't pound on the wall that just ate our friend?
It just ate Vika!
I know, and I would rather it not eat you.
Well, hit it with something.
Maybe a bomb instead of your fists.
Did you want to do surgery on it or want me to blow it up? I don't want to blow her up.
I mean, we can put her back together. That's what the clone slugs are for.
Fair. Okay. Jyla's gonna stick a bomb on the wall and backpedal.
Okay, you stick a bomb on the roll. Roll a blast some baddies.
Gosh dang it.
Jyla is eaten by the wall.
Is that just plus cool?
It's whatever your weapon skill is.
Whatever your weapon
Okay.
is, yeah. So that might be cool. I don't know what your weapon is.
That's a 6.
Okay, so you stick something on the wall, and the wall you just see the wall kind of
Like slurps
undulate, and then the bomb is gone.
Okay. Gritch, Sully, you're up.
I mean...
Don't you have a particle weapon?
I mean, yes. I mean, I guess I could try to cut through the wall.
Yeah. Now would be the time.
I guess I take out my particle weapon and try to cut through the wall.
Okay, roll blast some baddies.
What stat does my particle weapon use?
It would use tough.
Oh, gosh. That's a 7.
Okay, cool. You run up to the wall and slash at it, and you see, like, as if you have cut through inches or, like, feet of rotting steak. You just see the wall kind of, like, peel open and begin oozing.
No.
I'm gonna chop at a different part of it and try to make a door.
Okay. Roll blast some baddies.
That is a 7.
Cool. You run forward and start chopping away. This is far more frantic. It's less like precise and surgical because your weapon does not slide easily through this. This is like chopping wood, right? And you're just like hacking chunks of wall out, just like bits of meat flying off the wall as you hack into it over and over and over again. And at the end of it, you're left with like a nice crater in the wall.
So we don't have a hole in the wall. We just have a chunk out of the wall.
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
Can I try to locate Vika with my
Spidey sense.
with my spagic?
Oh.
Galen, I thought you were going to say spagic, and I was both disappointed that you didn't and very proud of you that you didn't.
Yes, this is going to be do something weird.
I'm assuming I add weird to that.
You would, yes.
What will a 15 get me?
Wow, very well.
You win. We solved the chaos puzzle.
So you reach out and you don't directly sense where Vika is, but what you do sense is that same tentacly nervous system, and you can kind of guess at an origin point for that thing. So when you reach out with your mind to try to sense what is on this ship, you just get the image of this kind of like almost root system, but living and moving thing that is spreading through the entire ship, and you can determine where the heart of it is. But you do not sense Vika directly.
Well, we have bad news and worse news.
All right.
I don't know which is which, so I'm just going to say them both. I can't find Vika. Her presence is currently being masked in my space magic power realm, my spagic power realm. But there's also a giant root nervous system of chaos that is spreading throughout the ship.
What? And that's... Why did you say that like it was good?
Oh, it's not. It's completely terrible.
All right, don't bury the lead like that next time.
I mean, he did say it was bad news and worse news, so I guess he did
fair.
kind of lead with that.
Yeah, I don't feel like I buried any leads. But semi-good news is I know what direction to head to find the brain of this system.
All right, so we just chop that off and somehow find Vika from there?
Yeah, we just like leave her behind. I guess I hate leaving anybody behind.
I don't think Vika is here. I don't think it's a leaving behind situation. I think
she got taken somewhere else through the wall.
Yes, and I don't think Chaos would just straight up possess her or kill her. It feels like it's getting a little personal, since I kind of am embodying his age-old enemy.
All right.
So my guess is that the best chance to find her would be to go to this brain of a sort.
Let's cut off this head, I guess.
Lead the way.
All right. So you all begin making your way back out of this armory and up kind of the path that you took before, where you had seen the floor blown out and where this kind of like grown part of the ship was. You get your way back to that tram system that runs throughout the entire ship and start making your way towards what you would remember was the, like, and was it Vika that found kind of like 3 sections of the ship that were added on to specifically?
Yes.
I believe it was Vika.
So you went to the front of the ship, that's where you found this armory, and the middle one is where you are headed to now. That's where you could tell that, like, this epicenter of this, like, chaos root was living. So that's kind of where you're headed now. So you all are just, like, loading onto a tram and cruising towards that part of the ship, very aware that it is not instantaneous, and this ship is massive. Switching over to Vika.
Hello.
When you are grabbed and sucked into the wall, it is an immensely uncomfortable but not painful experience. It just kind of feels like you're slithering through a, like, kind of warm and sticky tunnel as the walls and, like, body and flesh of this ship kind of, like, morph around you like a cocoon. And basically,
do we need a content warning for this episode?
I was just thinking that.
And basically swallow you further into the ship.
You're about to make Mandy throw up.
That's the intent.
So gross.
You're dropped out eventually into total darkness. In front of you, you can kind of vaguely see a glowing form. It is audibly and visibly pulsing. You can see it pumping in a slow, rhythmic, almost heartbeat. In your mind, what you see in front of you is something akin to a heart that is slowly beating. Below the heart, it is like sitting half submerged in another basin filled with black liquid. The whole room is very, like, damp, and the floors underneath of you are, like, soft. You can feel yourself kind of squishing and sinking into them as this giant, dark, vaguely glowing thing is slowly beating above you. You can see, so leading into the basin, there's, like, one, I guess for lack of a better term, vein. And then leading out of it, all over the floor, there are several other veins. All of which are kind of, like, in time with the pulsing, expanding and contracting as liquid flows through them.
Okay, my first 2 questions are, was I able to hold on to my drill gun? And was I able to hold on to my throwable shield?
I would say yes to both.
Okay, so Vi's gonna take out her shield to use it as light again.
Make an investigation check.
That is much better. That is a 10.
Okay, so you throw out your shield and just turn it on to try to create some light in this area. It works really well. Like, it's so dark and your eyes have now been accustomed to the darkness that even a little bit of light helps a great deal. All around you, you see empty power armor.
Ugh, okay. Okay, hang on. So let me get this visual again. So there's a pulsing heart.
Yep.
That's half submerged in a basin?
Yes. And it's big, like 20 feet tall, with 6 feet of it being underwater and seeming to be used as a pump that is pumping corruption all around the ship.
Ooh, okay. And so then you said there are...
And then littered around it in, like, piles in a ring around this basin, there are empty, so just like the shells of power armor.
Okay. To me, that says I should not go towards the basin or towards the heart at the moment. Is this an enclosed room, or are there, like, when you say veins, is it like, I would say like walkable hallways, or like what is this?
Oh, no, sorry. So the veins would be leading into the floor.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of.
And as far as, so the the heart is rooted into the floor of this room.
Okay.
It's like a tree.
Yeah.
The veins aren't like hallways. They're the size of like, I don't know, a trash can, not the size of a hallway.
Okay, so the room is enclosed.
This is like a room. Yeah, you're not like inside of the heart. The heart is a object in a room that just happens to have like a fleshy floor. As far as if it is enclosed, you don't know that right now. You can't see to the walls.
Oh, it's big.
Yes, this is a large room, yes.
Oh. I mean, I see where you're pointing me towards, but I think the first thing Vaya's gonna do is kind of like walk away from the heart and see if there's like a way out of this room, even though it's massive. Like, is there anything that her walking around with her light up shield is that going to reveal anything?
No. There's not a right or wrong answer here. So you're not like messing up by like, I don't know, licking the heart or something. You're good. Roll me another investigation.
8.
Okay. So you said what you're wanting to figure out is if there's a way out of here, right?
Yes.
So what I would imagine the smart thing to do here would be that you would walk to a wall and then just start, like, keep that wall on my left and just start walking a circle, right?
Yes.
So get a perimeter of how big this place is.
Yes.
So walking your way to the wall, you can see on the floor that there's overgrown seating and, like, columns that look like they have fallen. This, as you're walking around, looks like you can see the ruins of a very large and very ornate room that has been crumbled and kind of overgrown by this kind of like fleshy mat that is sitting on top of it. So this would be like you'd be walking along and see the top of a candelabra or like the top of a chair because there's 2 feet of like flesh grown over it.
Oh, okay.
So there is far enough down solid room, but up until that point, there is, there's goo up to that point. Eventually, you walk around to a wall. You do, like, find a wall, similar thing. You can, as you're making the circumference of the room, you can feel that there was, like, maybe, like, a second story to this room that was, like, jutted out, or, like, a balcony area, or, like, seating up above, something like that, but now it's just all kind of been smoothed over. So instead of there being sharp, defined lines that you would associate with architecture, it's all been kind of rounded and smoothed into like one, like almost oval-shaped room that you're walking around. You at no point detect a gap in the wall. Like, so it's continuous all around, but it is fleshy all the way around.
I just want to know this for my sake. I don't know if, like, this isn't going to help me necessarily, and I don't even know if I can find this out, but would Vika know if this is a part of the new parts of the ship?
Ooh. Let me think. Well, I mean, I think you could put 2 and 2 together on this.
Okay.
I don't think that a roll would be required. Like, if you, Mandy, have put 2 and 2 together, despite the fact that I kind of said it out loud to the other half of the party, I think that that's not an unfair, just you could kind of think through this and go, oh, this is probably one of those architectural anomalies, because this isn't normal, right? This is a huge part of the ship that is not architecturally standard. Okay.
I think if she can't find a way out, I think she'll probably go and look at the heart.
As you are walking your way back towards the heart in the center of this room, you can hear at first a faint rustle and then a loud, rattling, dry, shaking noise. As you look around you in the gloom, you can see bones starting to rise up to the surface of the room and slowly start being kind of pushed and grown into the power armor that was left abandoned. You can see this, like, black meat that is all over the floor starting to grow into the power armor along with those bones and starting to take, like, corporeal form as these things stand up and look familiar as corrupted imposition soldiers.
Oh, yay.
All right, so flipping back. Y'all are on a tram heading towards the center of the Black Dreadnaught. Is anyone doing anything before you, like, arrive and start making your way through, like, tunnels and entryways and stuff?
It's not worth healing you guys. Well, I mean, you guys have 1 damage each.
Physician, heal thyself is what you should be doing.
I can't. My magic doesn't work.
He literally can't right now.
Oh.
Because someone failed to heal him earlier.
Yeah.
You bandaged me so bad.
So badly.
Well, also, you're not on the ship, so you can't, like, go to your med bay.
Right, and my, like, healing power is not self-healing, really.
Mm-hmm. So I need to have bandages. Yeah, I can't think of anything we're doing on the way there besides low-key panicking. I don't know.
I think Sully is just very chill.
Jyla's low-key panicking.
For Jyla is, like, low-key panicking how, like, other people just panic. Because she's so bombastic.
No, I think she's just, like, Snippy needs to move fast. Like, she keeps, like, getting grumpy at the two of you for not moving fast enough. And she's, like, fit, athletic, tall, big. Like, she's moving. And the rest of you are walking at, like, a normal pace, and that's not good enough.
When the tram finally stops and the doors slide open, the area of the ship that you're in is kind of odd. It's a lot of glass ceilings and wide open spaces. This was clearly meant to be some kind of commons area, a place for people to gather and to socialize, and it gives it a very distinct ghost town feel. So normally when you're on these types of ships, seeing an abandoned hallway isn't weird, because a hallway is a very small space to not see people in. But this is like being in the middle of a downtown and there is nothing. There's structures and like storefronts. There are clearly living spaces. There's like seating around fountains that are dry and nothing. But just kind of a vague gloom and not very much light.
This is a little unnerving.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Where's the brain from here? Is it which way are we going next?
You have like a cardinal direction, Sully.
Over here, but I think we should excise some caution, Jyla, so that the rest of us don't end up gone immediately.
Oh, we have to get Vika back. She doesn't have all day.
We are working on it, Jyla. However, you are rushing in, and that is literally what got Vika taken away.
Well, doing nothing isn't gonna help her get out. I'm just saying we could pick up the pace a little.
Jyla, we've been jogging this whole time.
I've just been walking with purpose. Have you been jogging?
Jyla, you've been sprinting. You are like a toddler who keeps running to the corner and then yelling at us to hurry up.
Well, have you hurried up yet?
Yes, we are jogging, Jyla.
You jog your way through this, I don't know what to call it, promenade? Promenade feels right. That feels Deep Space Nine.
Promenade implies, like, directional.
I'm calling it a promenade. I don't know what to call it. Gosh, what would be the right word for this? Courtyard? Also feels weird. Anyways, this open ship space, whatever those are called. Social, cargo bay.
Promenade sounds like, when you say promenade, that's, I imagine the promenade on Deep Space Nine, and that's like, yeah, that's the wide open space.
Oh, okay.
You got it. Anyways, you are making your way across this maybe promenade, and the further you go, the more this part of the ship becomes not just unused, but derelict. Up to this point, yeah, fountains were off, nothing's powered, really. Now you're getting to areas where there's, like, debris and maybe, like, overturned benches, things look in poor repair, things are broken. Eventually you come to something that at this point just isn't surprising. You can see the remnants of what used to be a, like, internal building. So this is all, like, glass-domed, meant to be kind of living areas, and you come to just, like, a blasted-out hole. So it's, like, pretty big, right? This would be where something the size of a gymnasium would have been able to sit, has just been almost cleanly removed. You can see scorch marks and, like, broken-in decking where, like, metal and support structures have been bent in to make this hole underneath. And yeah, you're just looking down kind of into darkness and a familiar kind of growing slime coming out.
Outlaws into darkness.
Are we at like a dead end or something? Or
No. There's just a hole, and I generally don't assume you guys are walking into holes.
Is it pointing us to the hole, Cody?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely down the hole.
So which way from here, Sully?
It's definitely down the hole. We could just call it a wash and hope for the best and hope Vika has been slugged. Ha ha ha.
It's not funny, Sully.
Anyone got a way to get down this hole?
Can we have rope? I don't know.
If you want to have rope,
I mean, we could jump.
you could also try to jump.
Can we try to climb down?
Yeah, I mean, you could try, like, there's no wrong answers here. You're just deciding how your legs are going to be broken. Not if your legs are going to be broken. The dice decide if your legs are going to be broken. You decide how your legs are going to be broken.
Okay.
I describe it.
I equip my long fall boots.
I guess I try to climb down.
Yeah, you can try that. Roll me I hear you, like, rustling your dice, and I don't know what to have you roll yet.
Can I do this as well?
Yeah, we're doing act under pressure for this one.
I was going to suggest that.
Oh, that's cool. I got a 7.
I got 12.
I only break one leg.
I got a 14.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jyla and Malcolm, scaling down is actually pretty easy, and this is like pretty gross, but what you find is that the wall is firm yet yielding. So if you like try to shove your foot into it, you can kind of like cram it in.
Yeah, like eke out a space to stand on.
Yeah. And then you pop it back out. It's like climbing in mud, like really thick mud.
Yeah.
Which is almost pretty easy. Sully, the moment you try to do that, you can feel the walls like contracting around your hands and trying to like push you and slam you back and forth. They're like trying to unseat you as like handholds would smooth themselves or it would like catch your foot. The walls seem specifically aggressive towards you for some reason. And that would mean that like halfway through you just lose your footing and fall, taking 1 damage despite your armor, because I don't know how armor would help you from falling damage.
No, that's cool. My armor more negates, like, I think we, like, decided it's, like, attacks, not damage.
Right. Yeah. So you, like, fall just, like, hard onto the surface. And it's, like, instead of the floor being, like, yielding and kind of, like, bouncy, you just hit a rock, just a slab.
Ow.
All right. You're all in a damp, dank, stinking, festering hole in this ship. You're all filthy. You're just covered, just head to toe in this stuff. It's like you've crawled through a stinky motor.
Which way next?
Just assume I'm always pointing the way. I'm not sitting here trying not to point.
I didn't know if it was like a dead end and you're like, well, I think it's through here, but there's no path, you know?
All right, y'all make your way down this tunnel. It's very similar to the other one, except the pulsing seems louder and stronger here. You can see the walls moving in time, and as you get deeper and deeper, you can almost see veins in the walls slowly moving liquid throughout the ship. Eventually, you come to a dead end. It is a clean dead end, which is to say, it's not like the path narrows or like turns slightly and then ends. It is like a hard stop and a flesh wall in front of you.
Okay.
Well, the pole is pulling us through this wall, so either we can try to find another way in, or you guys can try to blast/slash your way into here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm probably not acting fast enough for you, Jyla. Should I start hacking already?
Shut up. As much as I love blowing things up, I feel like we are maybe a little more vulnerable right now, seeing as we are kind of literally in the belly of a beast. I'm wondering if we should try to find a path of less resistance before we, poke the thing that can just slurp us up.
But shouldn't we just rush in and throw caution to the wind? We need to save Vika.
I think we should rush to the next available pathway.
Can you guys have your lover spat later and we can focus on saving Vi?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's find another path.
Is there another path to find?
I think Jyla, roll me an investigation.
That's a 4.
Ooh. Man, I gotta make a decision here. Yep.
Jyla gets there real quick.
Okay, yep, we're doing this. Okay, Jyla, you start doing a similar thing to what Vika did, right? You're just trying to, like, go back. So you fell down an initial passageway and you had Sully to point you in a direction, right? Go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, if you start to backtrack away from this dead end and go around, you can find, like, having Sully kind of go, okay, this is the way to go. If you know a direction, you could go in a circle and always kind of know what direction to go in, assuming that you were pretty close to your end goal, right? Which Sully would have known.
Yeah.
So that's what you start doing. You start just kind of tracking along a wall, like always knowing, I want to go left, and if I just need to keep turning, you know, like turn left, hit a dead end, go back, turn left,
yeah.
hit a dead end, go back. As you do this, you get incredibly lost. These paths all look the same. They are all constantly moving. There are no straight lines like there should be on a ship. It doesn't even make sense that it's like concentric rings. It is just like an anthill of pathways. And very quickly you are lost. And as soon as you kind of like turn around and have now lost track of where Sully and Malcolm were, you turn around, Sully and Malcolm aren't there, you turn back, and just right in front of your face is that same sucking mouth that, you know, like half an hour before grabbed your foot and drug you towards a wall. And it just immediately grabs your face and pulls you into the wall. You feel the same swallowing sensation that Vika did and wake up. Or, like, not wake up, but your next thing that you can see is just kind of being, like, squished out into this room with a heart half submerged in a basin with veins running down into the floor, and you look around and see Vika.
Well, this will make Sully come faster.
We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Outlaws Wanted. Music for the show is from danosongs.com, audionautics.com, zapsplat.com, and the public domain. If you liked this show, you can check out more of our actual plays at the Wandering Gamer Network's website or Podbean, as well as interact with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We also post Let's Plays on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network, and on Twitch we can be found at Wandering_Gamer_Network. You can also find us on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network, and on Twitch we can be found at Wandering_Gamer_Network. Now remember, it's not the outlaw that makes trouble. It's trouble that makes the outlaw.